What's up, everybody? And today we are checking out 50 cal versus Ballistic window hardcore slow-mo. This is by Smarter Every Day. Now, I have never actually seen this channel before, and considering it's got 11.6 million subscribers, I feel a bit silly for saying that out loud. But the truth is, I haven't seen this channel before, and I've been sent this video quite a few times, considering I watch a lot of military-themed content and a lot of firearms content. This is going to be really interesting to watch, and it looks like, considering it's called Smarter Every Day, I'm sure it's going to break it down and get a lot more scientific than someone like me is used to. And so I'm really excited to watch this and see what it's all about. He's got 11.6 million subscribers. If you're not subscribed to him, if you're not one of them 11.6 million, I will leave a link down below to the original video. Please go over there. Give it some love, give it a like, all that good stuff. Really important that you do that. Before we get started though, if you haven't already, check out Chug, 10% off, link down below to get yourself the best drinking vessel in the world, in my opinion. And it is legitimately fantastic, and it's supporting a small business here in the UK. So if you haven't already, go and check that out. But for now, let's shut up, let's pull this up, and let's see what this guy's gonna do with the 50 cal rifle.
There is a particular physical phenomenon that I've always wanted to see, but I've never been able to quite set it up. That changes today. This is a piece of bullet-resistant acrylic, specifically rated up to 9mm.
Wow, that is really thick.
This is a piece of bullet-resistant acrylic.
That's really thick. So it's up to 9mm. A 50 cal is going to absolutely shatter that thing without a shadow of a doubt. I wonder if there's anything... if there's any bulletproof acrylic that could resist a 50 cal. Surely not.
Specifically rated up to 9mm. This is a Phantom V2511, stupid fast frame rates. I've always wanted to see the specific spot where a bullet interacts with a piece of armor right at the nose of the bullet.
Boom.
Think about it. That moment in time where the tip of the bullet hits the strike surface is so small in time that it's hard to imagine the physics that's going on.
We've seen loads of slow-mo footage of rounds hitting stuff in the past, but it looks like this guy's going to get into a lot of really minute detail. He's obviously going to show it when it comes to this pane of acrylic, this pane of acrylic, but I'd love to see it on multiple things. Like, what would it look like if it was hitting metal? What would it look like if it was hitting body armor? What would it look like if it was hitting cloth? Like, that would be amazing.
The good thing is, now we can visualize it.
Okay.
In order to do this, you have to line up the flight path of the bullet directly in line with the camera. And not only that, I don't want to see a 9mm try to penetrate this acrylic, but not do it. I also want to see what it looks like when you actually get through.
You can see the size of that round compared to a 9mm. It's crazy.
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day.
I like the fact that... oh, I've seen him before. Isn't he one... oh, it's the slow-mo dudes. Yeah, he's literally going to say slow-mo guys. I see they're using a mirror to record it. Makes sense. You don't want to shoot this at this probably I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment here.
I'm here with Gavin.
Hello.
And Dan from the Slow Mo Guys.
Roll Tide.
That's really cool.
Roll Tide. And what we're going to do today is something I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. 170,000 frames per second, you think?
Wow. 170,000 frames per second?
20 at the moment. We could go up to 170.
Let's try it. Okay, we're going to use a wireless trigger on the high speed because we don't want to be anywhere near a bullet hitting bullet resistant glass. So we've got a shield for the camera, and we're going to use a wireless trigger and try to do safe. You actually know how to run the Phantom well.
Yeah, we're all going to our strengths.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Where's Dan?
Oh, wow, look at this. Whoa. Oh, that's so satisfying, isn't it? That's so cool. So he said he set it at 120,000 frames per second. Like, that is almost incomprehensible. My vocabulary is not on point today, guys. Let me see this. Whoa. Can we slow it down even more, though? Whoa. That's obviously sound effects put on top of it. Look, I know it's like obviously crazy quick. God, you can literally see the round. That is mental. Look at that. Each frame. But look at the length it takes, the amount of frames it takes for him to click the trigger before it actually goes off. It's taking me ages to go all the way back. There it is. Wow. My God. That is crazy. That footage is unreal. Okay, so this is what it looks like with a 9mm. It's not going to get through this material right here, is it? We know that. Oh, this is even slower. Whoa. Jesus. But now this is obviously a 9mm, and now he's going to use a 50 cal round. Like, that's pretty impressive.
So it went in and it mushroomed out, and it kind of peeled out the edges on the outside there. But that one little spot, look, you can see through it.
I wonder how much that one piece of acrylic costs. Like, surely that's quite expensive just to do this test. I mean, think about the amount of equipment they've actually got as well. The cameras, like everything it costs just to get that one scene, that one little bit of footage.
This is weird, science time here. I thought that the exact spot the bullet touched the acrylic first would suffer the most damage, but clearly that's not happening.
No.
I've got to thinking about this, and I think it has something to do with an old word called a frustum. According to this old dictionary, a frustum is a cone with the top cut off. Let's imagine that this is our acrylic plate.
Wow, they're really getting into the science of this. I did not expect this at all.
The bullet interacts with the top of the plate at the point of impact, right here. That force tries to punch its way all the way through the plate. Now, a long time ago, engineers figured out that stress isn't transmitted through a plate like a cylinder. It's actually something called a pressure cone. Every material has its own compression cone angle. This is what I honestly think is going on here. Stress is equal to force divided by area. I know that much.
Do you know what? It's amazing that obviously I have a lot of experience when shooting rifles, and we did get into some technicalities when it comes to shooting when I was in the Royal Marines, right? And when we were doing that type of learning. But seeing it down to this amount of science, and this is the amount of science that they're probably getting into when it comes to actually the manufacturers of these rounds and these weapons. And as a soldier, you just never see this stuff. So it's amazing to see it.
As the force is distributed over a wider and wider area as it goes down through the acrylic, you eventually get to the point with a 9mm where it no longer has the ability to fracture the acrylic. The stress isn't high enough. However, a 50 cal would definitely do that because there's a much larger pressure cone. It gets further through the material. We eventually get to the part where it'll just break out the back. So there's a larger pressure cone. I've said some big words. We've thought a little bit. I think that means we get to play with a 50 cal now.
Here we go.
It's a slow-mo guys video. Here we go, we went hot.
Oh my God. And he's shooting it himself as well. Good on him. Good on him. But that table though, I don't know how much I'd trust that table. It looks a little, for a 50 cal anyway. For shooting a normal rifle maybe, but for shooting a 50 cal, would you trust that table? I don't know if I'd trust that table. Boom. Jesus. There you go. Sent it to another dimension.
Clear. Clear.
Oh my God, we see this in slow-mo. You see the moment his shoulder came out of its socket? Oh, wow. Whoa. That is crazy. Can we get it slower? Can we get it slower? Please.
This cone in the front is like ejected material being forced out of a meteor impact, whereas this stuff in the back is, that cone is the stress propagating.
Whoa, look at the angle that it's coming down at.
Out of a meteor impact, whereas this stuff in the back is, that cone is the stress propagating through the material. That's.
And you see it starts rotating around after it's hit that as well. Oh my God. Brutal.
So pretty. Sweet.
Sweet. He says sweet.
Okay. Weapons clear.
Weapons clear. Good on him for doing a proper check there. Should have took the mag out first though, but hey. How many slow-mo cams they've got? So they've got one on the shooter and then they've got one on what it's hitting. So they've got 2 slow-mo cams. But it looks like there's different angles as well. Unless they're just moving the camera. That's so cool. Oh, they're going to go even slower. Jesus. Wow. Well, look at how it breaks after it's left. So it goes through and then it shatters even more after. You notice that? So it hits. It goes through. And then it shatters even more. Wait for it. There. Wow. There's almost like a couple of different phases that it goes through. Did it blast the mirror that they were looking at?
Dude.
Okay, real quick, I want to say thank you to the company that gave us the bullet-resistant glass.
To be clear, it's not supposed to protect against 50 cal rounds. It's just 9mm stuff, not
Correct.
not 50 cal.
Correct. But we'll leave a link in the video description for those guys.
So we can all agree that that's stinking awesome slow-mo, right? But
Yeah.
there's more to it than just cool footage. I want you to think about fracture mechanics. Think about...
I've never ever thought about fracture mechanics. As a former Royal Marines commander, that's the last thing I was thinking about.
the pressure cone as it goes down through a material and how it has to get above the minimum fracture stress in order for it to do its thing. So
Yes.
just think about it on a deeper level. Also, obviously this was a collaboration video. I'm actual real life friends with Gavin and Dan, super cool dudes. I'm just gonna go straight through the front door here. The way a collaboration video works is the hope is that more of you would subscribe to Smarter Every Day, and more
Right.
of you that watch Smarter Every Day will go subscribe to the Slow-Mo guys.
The truth is they're both massive channels, and I came here strictly for that footage as someone who has shot a lot of rounds. I've got a lot of rounds downrange and in different areas around the world, and you never really get into the science and the nitty-gritty of the stuff. You just learn about how to shoot and how to shoot well, right? And so as you get older, your interest in this genre grows and grows, and it's almost as if the more knowledge you have about a certain thing in your back pocket, the better. And seeing this side of it, the scientific side of it, I feel like it's just fascinating, isn't it?
So please consider subscribing to this video if you feel like it earned it. But the most important thing here is for you to go watch the video on the Slow-Mo guys and subscribe to them.
So
I want
they've
to say
got a
thank
video.
you to Gavin and Dan, the slow-mo guys, for coming out and helping. Gavin knows what he's doing.
And Dan knows his way around a weapon as well. So what's
Play
the...
to our strengths.
Yeah, play to your strengths, but we let Dan come out anyway. So if you want to go check out some stuff on their channel, what are you doing over there? What are we doing?
We're using a mirror to shoot the camera directly in the face with a 50 cal. Hopefully see the bullet coming towards the lens.
Wow.
So if you imagine,
An
pretty much,
ambitious shot.
was it
I'll have to watch that at some point. If you want me to watch that, let me know in the comment section down below.
Ryan, where the guy was the German was shooting with a sniper rifle, and he just sees the guy, the flash of the weapon that goes into the scope of the guy, the German
On
weapon.
Saving
Less
Private
violent
Ryan.
version of that.
Pretty much that, except no one dies.
This is them shooting in the intro for their video right now. I think you'll dig it. Go check it out. Anyway, I'm Destin. You're getting smarter every day. Have a good one.
Oh, what a great video. I've never seen this channel before. That was a really interesting video. Seeing a perspective of a... Why is my mic so flaccid? Wake up, Mike. Anyway, yeah, you don't see that type of perspective when it comes to shooting rounds when you're in the military. It's just not something that you're not really interested in. When you're young and you're going through Royal Marines training, you just want to shoot. You don't really care about science or anything like that. You do care about how the round travels through the air and the way it moves and stuff like that, and how it can be affected by different forces. That's really important. But seeing stuff like that's just genuinely interested in it. Thank you to the literally probably about 20 people that have sent me this video over the past couple of years to watch it. It's genuinely really good, and I appreciate you sending me that. If you want to send me videos, head over to Discord, and there is a suggestion video thing there. You can put it in there, or you can just, like a lot of people do, slip into me DMs and throw me some videos in there as well. If you haven't already, check out Chug. 10% off, link down below for the best drinking vessel in the world if you want to look like an absolute legend while drinking your drink. And other than that, I just nearly knocked it over. Oh, but it was so big, the Chug, that it didn't knock over. There's another reason to get it. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.